Hi, Joanne and Jennifer. Welcome on this very windy Tuesday. Hope you guys are doing well. Feels a lot more like winter today. Ugh. All right, it is 3 o'clock. I will get going and hopefully we'll have some others come in and join us. All right. All right, welcome everybody. Today is my Tuesday Facebook Live with the Wexford Stamper. My name is Barbara Reed. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I usually do Facebook Lives on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 3 o'clock. And that's what we are doing today, so welcome. And if you are watching this on a recording, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the Wexford Stamper, and give me a lot of love. All right, so we have a fun project today using one of my favorite suites here, and I really just use the paper for this one, but this one I've gotten so much mileage out of this holiday season. It is called the Snowflake Splendor Suite. Let me know if you, oh no, April, it is snowing. Oh no, not ready, not ready. It is Snowflake Splendor Suite. Give me a little thumbs up or a heart if you have this one and have really enjoyed it during the holiday season getting ready. I love the colors here. Stampin' Up! Did such a great job using just about every single blue that we have on all our color palettes, and then also putting in a little bit of purple, which is a favorite of mine, so I love that. Now, it has lovely stamps and dies and glimmer paper, which I've used on a lot of other projects, but today we're really just going to be using the paper, which is amazing on its own. And remember, anything in this catalog is going to be going away at the end of the year. So if you want to grab any of those goodies, don't forget, after December's over, many of these are going to go bye-bye. Some will be held over for the next annual catalog, but we really don't know what those are going to be. So if you need a catalog, you can certainly message me, but this catalog will be going till the end of December. But that brings up a great other point. In comes the January to June catalog. And man, is this an amazing catalog. This one is going to go starting January 4th, I believe, to June. And it has amazing products as well as the accompanying celebration catalog. And for those of you that don't know, you get a free item out of the celebration catalog for every $50 you spend out of the mini or the big annual catalog. So this is a fun time in January when we start on our celebration. So stay tuned, and we'll be showing you lots of great samples from all the things in here. If you need a catalog, let me know. If you have another demonstrator, tell them that you need a catalog and a celebration brochure. And I just ordered mine, so I should be having them very shortly. So just contact me if you need one. All right, let's get back to our project again. This is our project. It's really kind of like a cube, and it hangs using this ribbon. But what's cool about it is it opens up and you can put goodies in there. I've got some of the new sugar cookie kisses. Have you guys tried those yet? They are pretty good. And then you just pull it closed, and then you can hang it back up on a tree. I think this is really cute to make a few of these and put them on the tree. And then if you would happen to have a visitor come, you can grab it right off the tree and give it to them. It's not a hard design, and I'm gonna show you just how to make it. Alrighty? Okay, now for this one, I started with a piece of, and I'm noticing that my paper is just blending right into my background. This is a piece of, color, Okay, I'm thinking of the color. Pacific Point. Oh dear. Pacific Point, and it's 9 by 6 is the size of the piece. All right, so we have to do some scoring first, of course. I'm going to bring in my scoring board, and we're going to first go on the long side. And on the long side, we are going to score at 1/2, 2.5, 4.5, 6.5, 8.5. So what we're really doing here is we're making our 2-inch squares, and then we have these two ends that are 1/2, and those are going to be these little pieces that come up and together and make the top of the ornament for the ribbon to thread through. All right, then we're going to turn it on the short side. And on this side, we are just going to score at 2 and 4. That's it. Pretty easy. So you got yourself a little bit of a checkerboard here. So let's go ahead and I'll show you what we're looking for here. I already made a template so you can take a look at this, but this is how you're going to go ahead and cut your paper. Okay, remember we only need these little ends here to come together and thread through the ribbon to close the box. So we're going to cut off the other parts of this thin rectangle along the edge. Now usually, and I almost did it again, I do a little bit of a wedge on that piece that's left because it's going inside the box, but you want to keep it square. All right, and I'm going to do that same exact thing on this side, keeping it square. I better tell myself again so I don't forget. All right, and that's the first portion of the cutting that you have to do. All right, now easy part. You're just going to go ahead and you're going to cut up, holding it in a landscape position. You're going to cut up each of these score lines to the first horizontal. Okay, so you cut the verticals to the first horizontal, you turn it around, and you do the same thing again. Okay, no need to do any cutting. Sometimes I do the little wedges in there and cut off a little strip. Not for this one, you don't need to do that. All right, now I'm going to make sure I've got all my lines well creased with my bone folder. This is a super simple design. You can make loads of these. You can use different colors depending on what kind of designer series paper you have left in your Christmas stash. So I have loads of this snowflake because I just can't stop buying it. So I just love it. All right, now before it goes together, and I'm just going to bend those up like that because we're going to work with those later. All right, now before I put it together, I want to go ahead and I want to put my designer series paper on. Okay, so what I did, now each of these squares are 2 inches by 2 inches. Yes, April, we're on all for the next 12 days. Dory and I are going to be alternating. We're going to be on at 7 p.m. and I am on tonight at 7 p.m. And I'll show you at the end here what my project's going to be. Thanks for asking. And these are 1 7/8 by 1 7/8. All right, now you're going to want to put them on these 4 across the middle. So let's go ahead and do that first. I like to do this and get this done before I put my box together because it just makes it easier when it's all laid flat like that. Okay, and you can really choose any of the beautiful snowflake pattern paper you have, but this was my favorite and I thought it really looked great with the Pacific Point paper. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere these 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 squares across the center as we hold it in the landscape position, it's going to be the center row. Okay, so that's how we start. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put 2 and 2. All right, so 1 and 7/8 inch squares on the 2 inside squares in each row. Okay, so we're going to have 2 here. And 2 on the top. Okay, no need for the corner ones to have them. Those are going to go behind to make the box, so they aren't going to show. So just cover up all the squares except the corners. That's a good way of putting it. All the squares except the corners. All right, here we go. Now, to put it together, we're going to put a little bit of adhesive, and we'll do it 2 at a time, on our corner squares, and we're going to bend them down and slide them behind the next one. Okay, so we're gonna fold it down and make sure the fold is even with the side of the next one right beside it. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Wait till you see how easy this comes together. All right, so we've got one side finished. We're going to do the same thing with the other side. So what did I do? I put some Tombow on each of the outside squares. Okay. And I brought them up and slid them behind the panel with the Designer Series paper on. And I'm trying to bring the side of the square with the Designer Series paper right up equal with the fold. There we go. All right, now you may be thinking, well, that doesn't look like the ornament, but here comes what you need to do. Okay, I'm going to fold it wide open, and I'm going to get my nice big scissors. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut a diagonal from here where our little rectangle is for the top of the box to the bottom corner on the diagonal. All right, so here we go. And I just kind of eyeball it. Okay, so there's one. Got to do this 4 times. It's easier to come at with your scissors if you're on the end that does not have the little top piece that we're going to use for our ribbon. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and go for it. All right, now next one. Now you are cutting through 2 layers, so it's a little bit thick, but you can do it. All right, here we go again. I'm going to start right here at the corner, and I'm going to go right for the other corner. Okay, and last one. Same thing. All right, so there we go. So we've cut off 4 of the corners from the box. All right, and when we do that, that makes it easy for the box to come together. Okay, so I noticed here that I made a little bit of a bump. It's not quite straight. I'm going to go back with my smaller scissors and fix that a little bit. You can always go back and take off more if it's not quite coming together the way you want it to. Okay, same thing over here. I feel like this one's a little too far out. Okay, but if you look at that line, that looks pretty good there. Okay, you want it to go as straight as you can and direct as you can from corner to corner. There we go, that's better. All right, then it folds together, just like that. All right, so now what we need to do is go ahead and make our top. Okay, but before we do that and put the ribbon in, see, I used some Pacific Point ribbon to make the box, to tie the box together. I want to go ahead and make the little tag. Now today I'm going to use a tag from a different die set because this one that I used, the round one, is no longer available. You can just make a round circle if you want to. If you'd like it to be round, it really doesn't matter. Now what I did is I took the word love from this Well Said. This is a great set to have that you can really use to make so many different kinds of cards. It's a great one to have around when you have something, you know, that comes up. It has just about every single sentiment that you would need for every different occasion. So this is a really nice set to have, and I just pulled the love off for this one. And I'm going to stamp the love using my, what color is this? Misty Moonlight. I'm just going to stamp the love right in the center. There we go. And then with my little snowflake die that comes with the Trimming the Town suite, I'm going to take that one and I'm just going to put a few little snowflakes to fill in the rest of this little tag. So I'm going to use Pool Party and just put a few little snowflakes on either side of my tag. So let me hold this up so you can see what I did. Isn't that cute? All right, now we're ready to go ahead and put together our ornament. Okay, so we have both of these up here like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a paper punch, and let me get rid of this ink before I put my hands all in it. Okay, and we're going to pinch the two rectangles together at the top, and we're going to punch 2 holes. All right, and let's see. Get in there. Okay, just like that. So there's our holes. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get my ribbon. Now, you want to make sure you have a good bit of ribbon and you can make a good size loop so that you can open it far enough that you can get your goodies out of there. And then what they can do is just pull back on this end and it pulls together, and then they can make another, and they can just hang it on the tree, or they can just keep it as a treat box, but it opens and closes very, very easily. All right, so let's go ahead and get a nice sized piece of this Pacific Point ribbon. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it around, leaving a nice big loop, and then make a bow on the front of the box. So you can decide which is going to be the front of your box. All right. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and put my little tag on it first. Get it through there. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and go through the right side holes. Now I don't try to go through them both at the same time because that's a little tough. So I just go through one at a time, and it gives you a better idea of how much ribbon you're going to need too. So then I'm going to go through the back. Okay, then I'm going to come back through the other way in here. So I'm basically just doing the same thing you would do with a regular box, but you're just going to have to leave a little more ribbon than you're used to, just so that it has that room to open. All right, so now we've got it through. Now I want to open it as far as I think I need it to be for the recipient to get their candies out so they can stick their fingers in there. So I think that's probably enough ribbon. So what I do now is I'm going to, with the rest of the ribbon I have on the front, I'm going to tie my bow. All right, so I'm going to first do a right over left. Okay, keep that tag over there. Now I'm going to go ahead and tie my bow. I keep pulling to make sure that that stays. Okay, so then just going to tie a quick bow on the front. All right, how do you want to lay here, bow? There we go. All right. So there's my bow on the front of the box. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors and cut off the excess. All right, now what you're going to do is you're going to pull from the back to close the box. And then you have your part that is going to hang on the tree, just like that. And then the box is closed enough on both sides that you can put your goodies in there. All right, so it's a great little ornament to put on your tree and then to hand to friends or visitors that might come to your house over the Christmas holiday. And let me show you again this one as well that has the treats in it. So here's my ribbon, and then I open it up. The ribbon pulls tight, and then you have the room to grab your little goodies. Okay, and then you can pull from the back and closes up your box again. Alrighty, so that is my treat box for today. Remember, all the designs and the directions and all the different products I used will be on my blog by the end of the week. And as you may have heard, Dory and I are starting our 12 days of Christmas this evening. And we are going to be alternating. One night it'll be me, and one night it'll be Dory. Tonight is me, and it starts at 7 o'clock right here on the Wexford Stamper. And we are going to make this cute little Bah Humbug box. Okay, I love this. I got this idea from another demonstrator. I thought it was adorable. So I want to share my take on the design with you this evening. Okay, so I will see you at 7 o'clock this evening for another great project idea and the start of our 12 days of Christmas. So take care, and we'll see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.